Welcome to part 14, Hunt Insider. Just going to go straight forward with this one. No talking or weird hand gestures in the beginning to make it longer or anything like that. Okay? So here we go. First up is Lab Creations 1. That's the YouTube channel. The haunt is called Dead Woods. There's one video on the channel. It's not hard to find the Halloween video on this channel because there's literally only one video. It's from 2011. It is probably one of the only YouTube videos that actually is, haunt videos. It's actually really, it was like uneasy to me. Like it just has creepy, jittering pictures, the tone, the whole fact of it. It's all based out in the woods. It's scary in itself of just the video. I'm sure the haunt was pretty damn terrifying. The editing is great. Like I said, the music and the pictures and just the transition between them is all really, really good. It's done in a wooded area. I can't tell if it's like on someone's necessarily property at their house or if it's a campground, as someone mentioned in the comments of it. It's either way. There's actors. There's quite a few actors. There's structures set up in the woods along the paths. The best part about it to me is the fact that you can see a lot of the props way off in the distance. There's something about that to me of like, if you can't quite maybe make it out or you can't tell if it's a real person or a static prop, that's really cool. So the little clip I'm going to show is a few of the props in the woods. Some of them you have to kind of look carefully because they're farther back. That picture I love with that lady in black standing up close, and you got this nasty rotten dude in the corner, some white figures around a monument, flying crank ghost out in the monument. Just great pictures. Grim Reaper. All those images were right from the beginning of the video. Later on in the video it actually shows clips and not just still photos. Everything is done in black and white, all at nighttime. There's a backstory for the display in the description. It's like 2 or 3 paragraphs long, so make sure you read that to get a little bit more on the story of the haunt. There's a really cool prop of, it looks like a skeletal horse pulling a carriage. They don't really get any close-up shots. You can kind of see it back behind some other things, but that was freaking sweet. Anytime you have a whole skeletal horse, that's a good prop to have. So yeah, that's Dead Woods, the name of the haunt, and Lab Creations 1 is the YouTube channel. Go check them out, subscribe. They only have a couple subscribers, so give them some love. The next haunt that I want to talk about is freaking beautiful, and I love it. It is the Hamlin haunt. Again, only one video on their YouTube channel, and it is of their 2011 display. The video quality is fantastic. The editing job with the music is just perfect. It's a pretty short video. It's only like 2 minutes and 58 seconds, but it doesn't matter. It's so well done, and the video quality they shot itself is so crystal clear. It's fantastic. The prop I want to showcase is more of, I guess, the scene with a cool prop in it. The Cauldron Creep has become very well known this past year. There's a lot of different versions of it. A lot of people are doing it. Hamlin Haunt made a really cool looking Cauldron Creep, but they put it in a really awesome little scene. It's sort of like a little spooky shack with some corn stalks and some lights around it. It just fits the Cauldron Creep so well, so that's what I want to show you right now. There's a shot of just the creep from the side, and there's a really good shot of the shack off in the corner, and just really cool lighting and little witch jars, and there's another really quick shot of the shack with the corn stalks. You can see right at the end of that clip it showed some white-eyed groundbreaker zombies. There's a few of those. Those are great. I love I've seen a lot of zombies over the last year, like homemade ones that have very distinct eyeballs, either bright white or glow-in-the-dark paint, blacklight reflective paint. It's a really cool look, and I'm digging it. They also have, there's 2 animated witches in the yard. They actually have masks from a website that I will look right now, and then I will tell you in 1 second. Death Studios. It's actually the second haunt that I found recently that has been using those exact same masks, those witch masks. I guess this is a plug for Death Studios now. go check them out. But they're great masks. They look really creepy. Which props sometimes to me they can either be a little too silly or just not scary. But those masks on both haunts I've seen that they use them have used them fantastic, and they work really well for big full-sized witches. Hamlin Haunt used them very well on their animated props. There is also a flying crank ghost in the video, a very classic style flying crank ghost. There's a very spooky porch with some cheesecloth hanging down, some strobe lights, and just a little trail of pumpkins on either side of the steps. It's a very, like, don't go to that front door, spooky look to it. The yard is, again, a very small yard. I've said this many times, but small yard can equal absolutely amazing. They used up basically all their space without, cramming it full of things, and it looks fantastic. I mean, there's just something about when you got every inch used to its max, but making sense all the way around. It just is amazing to me. I love small yard haunts. Some of my favorite ones are very small. Again, this is the Hamlin Haunt. That's the YouTube channel name and the haunt name. Go subscribe and do the thumbs up thing and whatever the hell this was. Shoot some guns. Don't shoot guns at them. But yeah, go check them out. And our closer haunt for this episode is from the YouTube channel Mayak12. It is the 39th Street Cemetery. Been around on YouTube for a while. Has haunt vids up from their 2007 haunt all the way up to the 2011. All of the videos are fantastic. The older ones have quite a few views, but I really wanted to bring up his channel and talk about the haunt because some of the newer ones, like the 2011, only has like 70 views, and this is like home haunt extreme. I mean, when you talk about just detail of dead-looking plants and little bits of things hanging down from everywhere, moss, and it's beautiful. And I know I use the word beautiful with Halloween a lot, but I think Halloween is beautiful, apparently. But the yard looks like it is supposed to be like that. I mean, it looks like the stuff is just grown out of the ground, and the creatures and stuff in the yard are supposed to be there. The coolest scene to me is actually right at the beginning of the video, at least for the 2011 one, is of 4 skeletons lifting up an old coffin. I've seen the theme quite a bit in the last year or two. In fact, some of the bigger companies like Scare Factory have animated, props that they've built of skeletons carrying coffins. I like this one, though, because it's a little different. They're in the process, it's not animated, they're static props, but they're in the process of lifting up the coffin off the ground. You got 2 skeletons standing fairly upright, and then 2 bent down really low, and it kind of looks like if you could take a little snapshot of it as the skeletons were in the process of moving the coffin. So that's the little clip I'm going to show right now. You got the 2 skeletons in the background and the 2 bending down really low in the foreground. It's kind of hard to make out the coffin in the video, but there's a few shots you can tell really well. And then they got a great mausoleum front for their entire house, which is beautiful. Just so you guys can see, I actually write down the word beautiful also. So it's not all my fault, it's my hand's fault for writing it down and making me say it. As you can see towards the end of that clip, like I mentioned, the whole house the front of it is a mausoleum front. And I love when people, instead of just decorating their house, they actually try to turn their house into something else. I have a friend locally who does a big castle facade, and you would never even be able to tell there was a house behind it. There's a cool witch scene of a few witches that are having a conversation with themselves. And there is a throw-up prop that's puking into, looks like a bird bath or some type of fountain out in the yard, and it actually raises itself up a little bit and then leans back over and throws up. There is a walk-in sort of a crypt tunnel that has some skeletons and a devil at the end of it. I thought that was kind of cool. And it's just all around such a perfect display in the sense of, especially it comes out at least on video. I'm sure it's even better in person, obviously, but you have a little bit of everything, and there's so many layers, and you can't really see where it ends or where the sides are. You just are viewing it, sort of trying to take it in all at the same time, and you get these little pockets of light at night. which is really cool. You know, it kind of makes it look like it's even bigger than maybe it really is. Mike12 YouTube channel, 39th Street Cemetery is the haunt name. Subscribe, thumbs up, comment, go do the same for all these people. Thank you for watching. Peace out.